Good morning, Seattle Unity. How are y'all today? Thank you for getting here today. Hello, people at home. Thank you for waking up and seeing us whenever you're seeing us. Hey, stand as you are able, and we're going to sing a song together. This is one that was on the streets of Minneapolis this past week. So there are a few songs that I've learned from these most recent protests, and this is a good one. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. Do it again. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. Very good. All right, so this has some swap outs. We can say, I will live for liberation. Actually, the original was, I will die for liberation. That was a few years ago, and they updated it to, let's live. Instead, let's live. But I like that energy of I would die for liberation. I will live for this, right? But let's swap it out to I will live for love and justice and see how that feels too. 3, 4. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for love and justice, 'cause I know why I was made. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for love and justice, 'cause I know why I was made. I am not afraid. Oh, I am not afraid. Liberation. Live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. Let us pray.
There is one presence and one power. So I invite us to take a breath, just feeling the earth beneath our feet, opening our awareness to spirit and the gift of being in spiritual community as we affirm our opening statement together. There is but one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. God the good, omnipotence.
Sing it some more. Imagine how you would personalize it for yourself. What is it that you live for already? I will live for, what is it that is for you? For right now in this next verse, let's try prayer and service. How's that? Prayer and service. I will live for prayer and service. We'll see how that feels. I'm not afraid. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for prayer and service, 'cause I know why I was made. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I will live for prayer and service, 'cause I know why I was made. I am not afraid. We'll do liberation. I am not afraid. I will live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. Afraid. I will live for liberation, 'cause I know why I was made. Well done. Please be seated.
Good morning, Seattle Unity. Well, I guess the question posed last week by Michael Brooks has been answered. God does favor the Seattle Seahawks just a little more than the Rams, smidge. And I'll be praying next week that he favors the team that wins next week as well. So, great. My name is Eric, and I am your platform assistant today. I welcome all of you, whether you're in the room or whether you're online. And if you are online, we love to include you a little bit in the service. So we ask you to put your name and where you're streaming from down in the chat prompt. as well as if you happen to have any prayer requests, please put those in the chat prompt as well. Unity's third principle states that we co-create with God. And Jack Boland puts it this way. He says that when we put thinking and feeling together, that's what it takes to co-create. So let's co-create Unity's vision statement. Let's say the words behind me with real feeling. Let's affirm these words together. Together? We are an inclusive and accessible spiritual sanctuary for all ages and stages of life. We offer spiritual practices and a community that honors diversity and encourages self-empowerment. Together, we create a world that works for all of us. So if you've been led to our church for the first time, we'd love to acknowledge you with a welcome packet. So I invite any visitors who are here for the first time to please raise their hands. Great. And our ushers will come around and provide you with a packet. So we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Thank you for being here. So there are a few things happening in our church, some things we'd like to highlight. This is Labyrinth Sunday. And if you're not familiar, we have a labyrinth that we share with Denny Park across the street. And this is the weekend, the first weekend of the month, first Sunday of the month, where we like to emphasize, put an extra emphasis on walking the labyrinth as a spiritual practice and as a community. Donna Hutchinson will be facilitating today. You told me I could use my own words. Evidently, I had several words here. Donna Hutchinson will be facilitating today following the service. All are welcome. There were several people here yesterday for the LIFT event, which is co-hosted by Seattle Unity and Abundant Social. And we'd like to thank all of those who attended and helped with that event. Let's give them a round of applause, please. The proceeds will go to support suicide prevention awareness. So our annual meeting is in a couple weeks. That's on February 15th at 11:30. We will celebrate the past year, look ahead to 2026, and elect our new board members. Vote for me. All active. I was told I can't campaign. Sorry. I have an impression it's like the Animal House thing where they put your picture up on the wall. I'm not going to go there. All right. All active members can vote. However, all are welcome. Member packets will be emailed out this week to give our members information about what's the issues and what are being voted upon next week. So before we stand and greet each other, let's look at the online chat prompt for our online community to drop their responses into the chat. What do you feel most blessed by right now? What do you feel most blessed by right now? So I invite everybody in the room to stand as you're able, and let's greet one another.
Stay standing as you are able. We're going to sing another song together. This is an old traditional. It's very easy. I am blessed. I am blessed. And you'll notice in the middle of this one, there's this little opportunity where you can do some pose or like, woo, throw your arms up. That's a really good idea. It's very healthy for your brain to get your hands above your ears. Changes your blood pressure enough that you can like think new thoughts. It's really cool. Here we go. I am blessed. I am blessed. every day, every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. Woo! When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. Do that again. I am blessed. Yes, I'm blessed. I am blessed completely every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. Woo! When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. Let's take it up. Oh, I am blessed. Yes, I am blessed. I am blessed. Say it to me every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. All right, we're going to take it up one more time in just a second. And it's going to be the last time that we do the song. So I want you to throw all of your energy into it as though you had no work to do after that. Right? And just in that moment, for that particular song, also take a gander at the people around you. And this is just to give you a giggle because you're going to be doing something that looks a little weird. You may as well enjoy watching other people do their weird thing too. Right? So we're going to say, I am blessed. And then when they get to the end, there's going to be that, I am blessed. Give us something up there and enjoy other people giving you their thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I am blessed. Yes, I am blessed. I am blessed completely every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. Woo! When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. Do it again. I am blessed. One more. I am blessed. I am blessed. Ow! Emily over there on the drums. Hitting it. That whole first half of the service is about waking us up and shaking out, I don't know, shaking out the propriety? I don't know, shaking out the surface stuff. Because in every Unity service, yeah, you can come up. This is Lucas Olson. He's going to do our reading in a minute. He looks so shy in the back of the room. He was like, oh, I don't know. The timing, exactly. He's also carrying around his Bible, which, how does that doesn't happen at Unity. What? Right? It's very refreshing. He's so weird. Oh.
Weird is good.
He's so cute. Anyway, so we have a reading that takes us as our first step into this more contemplative part of the service. And Unity, everywhere, every Unity I've been in makes time for a meditation in the service. And for us, this is not a spoken meditation, it's silent. And that's it's almost dangerous sometimes, right? So I ask you to get yourself ready for that moment now. And then allow this reading to take us into this more formal space.
Let go and let God. I cooperate with the divine within when I let go and let God. When I'm working toward a goal, striving to accomplish something that's important to me, or stretching myself to learn something new. I hold a positive expectation, bringing my talents and using my desire to make it happen. Sometimes, though, I can forget that I do not need to do everything from my human will alone. I am abundantly blessed with spiritual gifts. The presence of God is within me. Even as I bring the best of my human abilities to worldly matters, I also practice letting go and letting God. This commitment means living in easy harmony with life, knowing when to push to make things happen, and knowing when to step back and let events unfold at their own pace. I do what is mine to do, and then I let go and let God. From John 3:30, now the Messiah must increase, and I must decrease.
As we move to the more contemplative part of the service, please join me in singing, Are You Ready to Receive? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive the gifts of the Spirit? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive the gifts of the Spirit? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive the gifts of the Spirit? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive?
Abundance is all around me. Abundance is all around me. It's in the flowers, it's in the trees, it's in the honey, it's at your feet, it's in the stars that you see. It's our birthright, it's our birthright. So look around and see it everywhere. It's in your shoes, your hats, the clothes you get to wear. All I know, abundance is everywhere. Abundance is all around me. Abundance is all around me. It's in the earth you walk upon, a gentle breeze. It's in the water that bathes you, bathes you. It's with your friends, it's with your laugh. It's breathing fresh air and watering the plants. Listen around and hear it everywhere. It's with the bats, the bees, the birds that fly with flair. All I know, abundance is everywhere. Abundance is all around me. Abundance is all around me. It's in the green, green grass, the big blue ocean. It's with the whales and dolphins that play in splendid motion. It's in the carpet even, it's in the rug even. It's in the bed you sleep, in the sheets you drench with sweat even. So look around and feel it everywhere. It's with the people and the love you get to share. Breathe it in, breathe it out, breathe it in, breathe it out, breathe it in, breathe it out, breathe it in, breathe it out. Feel it here, feel it now, feel it in your blood and bones, feel it in your every cell, feel it being natural, feel it now, 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 feel it
Karen Michelson. Yeah.
Hello. It's great to be with you. So we are kicking off. It's February 1st. Did you know that? I'm like, oh my gosh. We're the first month of 2026, right? We're in 20. So we are kicking off our new sub-theme for the month of February. Yes, we are in February. And it is abundance and prosperity. And it builds on our annual theme of foundations. And I know when I say abundance and prosperity, people immediately think of money. And it is about money, but it's about so much more. And so we're going to take some time exploring some of that. And abundance is really about all sufficiency. It's the fullness of life, just as the song we just heard beautifully represented, right? Abundance is all the life that we could envision and imagine, the brightness. It is a core spiritual principle. And interestingly, it also is necessary to fulfill our visions and intentions. And so the visions and intentions we were talking about and dreaming about last month, it requires us tapping into that principle of abundance to bring them to life in our world and in each other's communities. And so Charles Fillmore, a co-founder of Unity, he wrote a lot about prosperity and abundance. And I know the 5 of you that have read Charles Fillmore and the 3 of you that tried and gave up, and the rest of you don't know who I'm talking about, but just to give you a little context, he's a little wordy. He kind of meanders in his writing, so some people just say, never mind. But if you're willing to stick with it, there's some gems in there. But I want to actually start by kind of pointing out 3 misconceptions about when Charles Fillmore writes about abundance and prosperity. There's really 3 misconceptions, and I'm pointing this out whether or not you've read him because we also kind of see it in other abundance and prosperity teachings. And so the first is that it's all about money. And as I said, it's not all about money. It's just money's a great symbol because it triggers a lot of people, right? It gives us something to work with because it gets into those thoughts and beliefs and the way we see ourselves and the way we see the world. But abundance and prosperity is about all aspects of our life. Yes, our finances, but it's also about our health, our relationships, our work and service in the world, the way we show up, the way we transform the world. The second misconception is that it's all about being sort of I. What can I get? Sort of being self-absorbed. And we see that in different prosperity teachings. And so while Charles writes about this and taught about it, it's only one aspect. He talked also about taking action, and both he and Myrtle, husband and wife, and the co-founders of Unity, they both talked about practical application, to take those practical steps and actions out into the world. And so it wasn't that he just wrote about the inner work. He said both were equally important, but it starts with the inner work. Let us start there and allow that to be our foundation. And then let us go out into the world and take the steps we want to take to transform our lives, to transform society. The third misconception, which is sort of related to the second one, but slightly different, is it's sort of about navel gazing and just kind of looking within. And again, just sort of this idea of being very internal. But did you know that Charles Fillmore also talks about abundance and prosperity and the essential necessity of love and justice? And that to really have abundance and prosperity kind of outpicturing to its fullest in our lives and society, it requires us collectively and individually to take a look at greed and the abuse of power and the inequities. And so Charles wrote about this too. And there's some really juicy topics in there that we're not going to talk about today. So, we're going to talk about in the next few weeks together. But where we want to start is, again, at the foundation, because that's the place where we should be starting from before we go out and do anything that we do. One, it makes us more effective in what we're trying to achieve, But it also shifts the energy with which we're doing. It shifts the energy with which we're taking action in the world. So abundance is a natural law. It is a natural order. Again, it is the fullness. Abundance is wholeness. Abundance is the realization of the brightest vision you can imagine. And Lynn Twist, author of Soul of Money and a fundraiser, she said, true abundance does exist. It flows from sufficiency. In an experience of the beauty and wholeness of what is. Abundance is a fact of nature. So to truly understand this principle, this idea of abundance, we need to say, what is foundational to abundance? Well, it's this idea that God is source. And for those that are triggered by the G word, substitute whatever word works for you, right? Infinite love, spirit, creator, universe. Charles Fillmore said, God is substance, not matter, because matter is formed while God is the formless. God's substance lies back of all matter and form. Substance cannot be seen, touched, tasted, or smelled, yet it is more substantial than matter. It is the only substantiality in the universe and the only constant. Its nature is to substand, to stand under, or behind matter as its support, and the true reality that's kind of underneath everything. And so what Charles Fillmore was writing about and really highlighting is that when we start with God as source or principle, this oneness, this idea of oneness and spirit, that everything flows from that, right? And so God is source, and then our job, our relationship, our bank account, our retirement account, all of the people that might show up for us, those are the beautiful channels through which this one source expresses. Each of you are that beautiful channel through which this one source expresses. And so when we anchor and have that foundation, it shifts the way we interact. It shifts the way we look at the world. It shifts the way we look at our finances and our relationships, and maybe even our job, maybe. So to not be rooted in spiritual awareness, at the very least, it shifts the energy with which we're doing things. But we might also miss a great opportunity, something that we're not able to see, right? That was what the reading was about. We set our intentions and our goals, we pray for something that's specific, and then we let go. Because there might be something bigger, brighter, better wanting to come through. And if we become so fixed on what we have in mind, we kind of limit the possibility and the potential that might be ready to shine through. So we are each connected to that one source. There is one source. I am connected to that one source. Our first and second unity principles, right? You are connected to that one source, always. It's simply a matter of us shifting our awareness and living out of that awareness of oneness. When we do that, we know that I am divinely guided and inspired. I am connected to divine wisdom and creativity. You are divinely guided and inspired. You are connected to divine wisdom, love in expression. So I want to just ask you to think about something you want to change. Or maybe there's a goal that you have. It could be around health, it could be around finances. Just sort of hold it in mind. It could be something, some action you want to take out in the world. So just as an example, I'm going to use if someone's looking for a job. And so there's all the external tasks that one does. They update their resume, they go on the job sites, they talk to their network, they let people know, hey, I'm looking for a job, I'm I'm kind of between jobs. I'm looking for a new job. And those are all important. Those are the tasks, right, that we take, the steps we take, the kind of concrete goals we take. But again, if someone does that, they might connect with the perfect job. They might connect with a job that fits for them. But it also might be hit or miss of what they connect with, the job that they get. And it might be unreliable results. There might be a better job out there that they could not have even imagined waiting for them. So again, the idea is to be specific, but then to let go, right? It seems like a paradox, and we have a lot of those spiritual paradoxes, but it is this dance, right? We set our intentions, we let go, and we open to something bigger. We allow space for spirit to enter in. So then if you approach this job by first anchoring in the idea that I am connected to source. God is my source. I am connected to that oneness. I am divinely inspired to find my right and perfect work in the world. You know, as prayer chaplains, as we're going through kind of our meetings and our annual training, we'll often practice different types of prayer, and this is a common one because obviously people are often looking for jobs in transition. And so they come and they ask the chaplain, they say, I have an interview on Thursday, I have to get this job. And so the new prayer chaplain will say, what do I pray for? And I say, well, of course you pray for that, right? You pray for and affirm that you are entering into this interview with clarity. And you connect easily with the people you are interviewing with. And we hold this and we know this to be true. You are divinely guided. And we open to your right and perfect work in the world, knowing that you have gifts to share, and we're seeing the right and perfect place for you to share those gifts. So you see how it's acknowledging this individual really wants this job because that's what they see, that's what they know. They really want this job. And we say, yes, we are holding this in prayer for you. And we're being open to your soul's highest calling, to what is wanting to come through in this moment. Charles Fillmore, he said, as you lay hold of substance with your mind, make it permanent and enduring. Realize your oneness with it. You are unified with the one living substance. That substance is God. He's using those interchangeably. God as your all-sufficiency. From this substance you were created, and in it you live and move and have your being. By it you are fed and prospered. So what does this look like in practical terms? How do we bring these ideas that are kind of hard to grasp hold of down into our daily living? How do we make it practical? Well, we have a few unity principles about that too, right? So our third unity principle is about prayer and meditation and the daily practice of it. And then the fifth one is about the practical application. How are we integrating it in our lives daily? And so I know people will sometimes say, well, I don't have the time to meditate 45 minutes or an hour a day. That may not be the way that you connect. It might work better for you to have a couple minutes at different times throughout the day. That might actually even be better, is to have the frequency of kind of reconnecting and grounding with Source, with God, with Spirit. It can be as much or as little as 30 seconds. It's less about the amount of time, and is it shifting us back to a foundation in spirit? That might take 45 minutes, but it might take 1 minute, right? Only you know what is right for you. Only you know what works for you. But I'd say even 2 minutes a day is better than none a day, right? And maybe slowly adding to that. So some of you may know I serve on the Northwest Regional Board, and we recently were doing a search for a new Uniteam coordinator. And so myself and 3 other board members were part of the search committee. And And so we had the job description. We had sent that out. We got a lot of great applications and resumes. And so we were doing the interviews. And in the process of interviewing, there were actually 2 different individuals that were fantastic and brought different gifts, and we thought would be brilliant in supporting and nurturing and growing our Northwest Regional Youth Program. And so we went through all the interviews, and then the committee, we were talking about it, and slowly we all came to the same idea. Why does it have to be one job? Why does it have to be one person? Why could we not look at it differently? This person actually really seems to fit being the Uniteam coordinator focused on events, and this person is like really fantastic at like building relationships and supporting other ministries and growing youth programs and ministries, where this person has done it in Southern California for CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living. And so in that moment, we were open, right? We had an idea, we had a goal, but then we stayed open to what is wanting to be created. And it was a co-creation, not just between the committee, but the people we were interviewing that informed that. And so I'm excited to announce that Heidi Nathy, who has been a board member here and also has been our youth ed director, is our new Uniteam, regional Uniteam coordinator. Yeah. So she is focused on events, which she is amazing at, and the organization that she has is incredible, and she has a background in Montessori schools, and it's a perfect fit. And then this new position is regional youth outreach, and we're excited about George Weatherford stepping into that, and he's part of Unity of Portland, and he's the one that's grown youth programs down in Southern California, and he's been growing their youth program there at Unity of Portland along with several others. And so we're very excited about both of these individuals stepping in to support the region and all of our ministries in the region, and that wouldn't have happened if we stayed locked and fixed on this is the way it's supposed to look and this is the way it's supposed to unfold. And so I want to invite up Chaplain Emeritus, Patricia, to share her story about abundance.
Thank you, and I've got my note. Thank you, and I've got my notes on my phone. Good morning. Buenos días, Seattle Unity familia. It's a pleasure to be here with you all this morning and share a bit about my abundance, one of my abundance experiences. And speaking to what's been spoken to so far, aligning and how I didn't know what I didn't know before stepping into Yakima Unity in 2009. And I got a little bit of a foundation there, and then I stepped into Seattle Unity in 2011. And the principles, the foundation, I was raised Catholic, so I knew nothing about the Fillmores. And what I know now is the truth of who we actually are in this universe and on this earth, which is love and abundance. In 2024, I was receiving unemployment insurance benefits from the state. I had been unemployed for 6 months. I was incorporating into action meditation and prayer and everything I had learned and given me, what had given me peace in my heart. And I had experience with the being a chaplain, learning how to be a chaplain here at Seattle Unity, which was tremendous. So a friend texted me a job opening, and she said, I think you would be great at this. It was with the National Alliance on Mental Illness. I'd never worked for in that area, and they were in search of a Spanish program coordinator. Spanish is my first language. My roots are from Mexico. And I have worked in Spanish-speaking community, immigrant Spanish-speaking community, all of my work history. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to email my resume and my cover letter. I got an interview. I was in the top 2. I got a second interview. Wonderful. And then I got that dreaded email. Thank you for your time. We wish you the best. And I'm like, oh no. And so I thought, yeah, that's not my field. I understand the other person was more qualified. And then in July, I received an email from them that didn't work out. The other person, their top pick, did not work out, and they offered me the position. And this was the last week I was getting unemployment benefits. I'm an independent, one-income household, and I was just like, thank you, Creator, thank you. And in a field that I had not worked in, I've been there a year and a half. I have learned so much. I love a good challenge. And here we are. Let me make sure I've said everything. So I was so excited when I met with Reverend Diane, and I gave her my life updates. She has been so critical in my evolving spiritually and holding sacred space for me. I'm so grateful to each of the people I have met through my time here at Seattle Unity and Yakima Unity, Reverend Cheryl, Reverend Karen, Reverend Diane, Johnny, the prayer chaplains, Jennifer, Aaron, so many amazing people that walk their talk, and we bring our light into the world, and that is what we're supposed to do. I am full of gratitude, and I'm living my best life.
Thank you, Patricia. So my invitation to you is to lean into abundance. It is your birthright. It is your gift. And so today, with the kickoff of this new theme of abundance and prosperity, we are also kicking off our stewardship campaign. And so many say, well, what is stewardship? Well, it's basically just all of us making a commitment to financially support this community, because we are only here through the financial support of everyone that joins together in person and online. And so whenever we donate to a nonprofit or a cause, there's just the basic level of we are supporting that cause, or we're allowing that organization to do its work in the world. And so I know myself, and I know many of you do support a number of different nonprofits and organizations that hold values and do work in the world that's important to us. The added benefit of being in spiritual community, guess what it is? We get to make tithing and donation a spiritual practice as well. And so what that offers us, again, is it informs our giving in different ways. It is the foundation with which we give, right? It's the ideas and the beliefs. And as I mentioned at the beginning, abundance and prosperity is not just about money, but money is such a great thing to work with because for many people it's sticky, right? And by sticky, I'm saying metaphorically, is it brings stuff up for many people, right? So it is an opportunity for us to look at our beliefs about money, our beliefs about how money impacts us, how money works in the world, our beliefs about ourselves, our beliefs about other people. So we have this additional benefit of getting to work with it as a spiritual practice whenever we give, whenever we donate and tithe. We are always working at multiple levels, and it's a great blessing of being in spiritual community. And so at one level, the stewardship campaign is simply asking you to fill out a pledge card of how much you think you will give this year, and nobody's checking up on you. So if you write something and then something happens and you're not able to meet that, or you're able to give even more, yay. We're not checking up. It's just simply a commitment. It's a pledge. It gives us an idea. It gives the board and the leadership an idea of what the income will be throughout the year. And it just helps with planning. And then again, what's the added benefit? Spiritual practice, right? That we get to anchor and ground and be founded in that spiritual practice. And so as we move forward today and in this week, my prayer for you, my blessing, is that you anchor in the abundance which is your true birthright. And by abundance, I mean the vision and realization of the brightest future you can imagine. In your life, in our collective lives, that we are grounded and founded on that as our spiritual anchor. And then we go forth from that place. And by doing so, we are open to divine inspiration, creativity, wisdom, and love. And so with that, many blessings. Amen. So we come now to that time to give of our tithes and offerings. And so as our ushers are coming forward, if you're giving electronically, of course, you can give via our website. You can also text to give at 206-350-8448. If you're here in the room, the little cards on the back of the chairs have a QR code. Makes it really easy to donate. And so I ask you to join me in blessing of our offering. I give willingly, joyfully, and lovingly, knowing that God is the constant source of my supply. I give with graciousness and receive with gratitude.
That's David Lloyd. Did you know that he plays guitar? Yeah. Now you know. This is Terry Muharski. She's going to sing a song because she has some things to say to you.
They've been trying to put me in a box, saying this is it, you'll never be enough. Take those dreams and put them on the shelf. And for many years I was holding back, thinking I should be more like this and that. But then I saw the real truth of it all. No, I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with Source. I am limitless, creator of all.
Wait. We're going back. We're going to take that chorus because this song is the claiming. We're not going to be satisfied with anything
Tripping
less.
up on my words. That's now. We're going to try this again because we're getting this until we get it right. Thank you.
1,
2, 3, 4.
Not who you think I am.
I am so much more. I am one with Source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant. From the start, creator of all I am. That I am. Yes, I am. That I am. And I've been stuck in thoughts, doing it their way. Didn't listen to the things my heart would say, letting fear take over and decide. But then I realized that the choice was mine, and I could feel a shift, and I began to shine, living an empowered, beautiful life. No, I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with Source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start, creator of all I am. That I am. Oh, I am. That I am. And therefore, everything around could fall apart, and I would still have love in my heart. Open eyes. Now I see that there is nothing to do, just be. And I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with Source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start, creator of all I am. That I am. Oh,
cappella.
Oh, I am that I am.
Two more times.
I am that I am.
Last time.
I am that I am. Hey, thanks for coming with me on that little stumble journey there.
We are abundantly blessed with so much amazing talent, with everything. So as our prayer chaplains that are serving today come on up, so I just want to let you know, our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you after the service. And so I invite you to find them, whether you have something that is a challenge, please don't leave with that heavy on your heart. And if you have something that is a celebration, always great to join in prayer about that as well. And so I want to just shout out to those that are joining online. Just a few, Feminem from Shasta, Colleen from Normandy Park, Louise joining in from West Lynn, Oregon, Rose from Bellevue, Susan from Hillman City, Margaret from Corvallis, Oregon, Faith joining in from Seward Park. Hello, MJ up in Greenwood. Carol and Joseph, hello, joining in from Maple Leaf. Terry from South Worth. Deborah from Milton. Michael from New Mexico. Cheryl from Bella Vista, Arkansas. Patricia from Seattle, and so many more. And so we are grateful for the technology that allows us to connect and join together. And so let us put a final blessing on the offering. And so we do give thanks for the generosity of this community. We see this returning to each giver in expected and unexpected ways, blessing your life. And we are grateful for the ways it blesses this community and allows us to come together in this time. And so let us move now to pray for those who have requested prayer. And so I do invite us to center in our heart, taking a breath, knowing there is no distance in spirit. And so we hold in light and love and send our blessings to Erica, Adrian, Izzy, Kyle, Donna, Luke, Micah, Naomi. We call forth healing and renewal for Lisa, Marcia, Christopher, Joseph, and Charlie. We call forth divine order and guidance unfolding for Colleen and Andrew, for Scott, for Joseph and Dorothy. We send our love and blessings to Feminem and Sabrina. We send our prayers and blessings for healing, protection, and safety for all people in Minnesota, seeing them safe, seeing them cared for and protected. And we hold in light and love everyone affected by the storms, and anyone else you know in need of prayer or a place. I invite you to speak that name or place now. Nigeria. And so we hold all in light and love, grateful for this time to connect in prayer. And so let us close with our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.
Yes, it is. Let's sing a closing song together. I invite you to hold hands if you'd like to, but you don't have to. It's unity. You're allowed to just sit out for one thing or another thing. wherever I am.